I haven't been to a real show like that yet, you know, where I buy a ticket and whatnot. Leilani went to her first Red Rock show of the season of like a week ago or something like that, and had her first concert beverage as a 21-year-old.
Awesome.
Her first $13 beer. It's depressing, man. I'm so happy for all my friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most of these guys, right, have been with these bands for years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like my buddy that's going out with Ministry, my buddy that's going out with Body Count, my buddy that's going out with that, my buddies that are going out with Anthrax, my fucking Lamb of God fucking homeboys. All those motherfuckers I fucking ate road with. You know what I mean? And I'm so happy for them to be gearing up, getting ready, and going out.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm like, it hurts my heart.
Right.
It hurts.
I feel you, man. Yeah, you know, I went to
and I hate being like, I hate the fact that it's, you know, that it makes me, I'm jealous, but
yeah.
So I try to, you know, I just try to remember that I'm also happy for them all.
Right. Yeah, I had we got our kids vaccinated, right? And they had their final vaccination last Thursday or something. Anyway, it happened. They do it down at the arena where I've been working at, or where I was working at. And I go down there, and they got like these shows listed for there and shit. And I haven't got a call for anything, man. And I've even talked to the people at
No.
Talked to the company and shit. And I called them and talked to them about this other job, because I was like, hey, you know, I need a number that they can reach you at to verify my employment and all that. And you know, told them, say, hey, look, if there's shit coming up, I still want to know. I still want to be able to do it and shit. Okay, yeah. And I get nothing, man. And it's like, I don't know, man. It just it breaks my heart too.
It makes me worry about the safety, how safely these first few weeks of shows are going to roll.
Yeah, you know what I did see? Somebody had tagged John Rose in a post about a guy who apparently is essentially like a road dog, gets a lot of guys on the road and shit. And he was looking for people, you know, people that are good at backline and shit like that. And he said, look, I'm also looking for people that are, you know, cost friendly. You know, these are going to be smaller club kind of shows and shit like that. And to send your resume, I think I'm going to send the guy my resume, man, and just for something, you know, I gotta figure out, I gotta do something, you know. I can't just stay in my house all the time.
Well, here's the thing, dude, man. How do I pivot out of a job that I got that's 40 hours a fucking week for my own fucking survival and go back? How do I pivot back into a fucking gig situation that was fucking the struggle bus unless I was touring?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
I'm not coming back to this fucking, I don't even want to talk. I'm not going to name no fucking names, but you know, my fucking local arena that I fucking, you know, I made sure for 20 fucking years that every one of their fucking events went off without a fucking hitch, pretty much. You know what I mean? But, you know, they haven't reached out to me fucking once, man, in this whole fucking time, man.
Really?
Once. Not once, man. Not one fucking time, man.
That's crazy. But, you know.
That's not true. They reached out to me to come in and fucking wash fucking chalk off of all those chairs.
Really?
Hey, man, I got a 4-hour shift for you, man. I hope this helps you during the fucking lockdown and losing the rest of your fucking career. I hope this fucking 4-hour shift that I got to offer you, man, is going to save your life.
What do you mean washing chalk off of chairs? What does that mean?
They fucking, it was like at the beginning of the lockdown, right? When they got that fucking, that money from the government for businesses, right?
Right.
So they had to come up with work for hours, right, to distribute that money. So they fucking called in everybody and they had them like wash all the fucking arena floor seats. Now they have never. Yeah, man, it's just. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, dude.
Why didn't they continue the maintenance at the fucking center and all that shit? I wonder.
I don't know. Who knows, dude? Who fucking knows?
You know, that shit certainly. I know it was never completed, like all the fly rail work that we were doing and all that shit. I know a couple of lines that needed to be fucking checked and recertified after that fucking whole fiasco with, I'm not mentioning no names again. Yeah.
Letting a fucking bat run in a Broadway show and not fucking taking no responsibility for it. I see you, motherfucker.
Welcome everybody to episode 25, Stage Door Chronicles.
We just talking shit. We're straight talking shit today.
You know, we figured we started this whole thing to kind of let everybody know that artists are still around during this whole lockdown and this whole COVID shit that's been going on. And now that everything's coming out, we kind of figured we see where we're at with everything, you know, and you know, you made a good point with talking about people, you know, being able to pivot out of what you're doing now to, you know, what are you supposed to do? Pivot and fall back, you know what I mean? And it makes it hard. I think that's a good point. You know, you hear a lot about the job situation and everybody talking about how, nobody wants to work and blah, blah, blah. And I have a couple viewpoints on that situation. One being, there ain't no good jobs out there. There ain't no good paying jobs out there that can't find no help. They're just saying. So don't give me that shit that people don't want to fucking work.
Nobody wants to work your fucking shitty ass fucking job, bro.
That pays no fucking money.
Pay some motherfucking people what they're worth, and they'll come do your shit job.
Right. You're right. But another thing I think people got to look at, and I think we are prime examples of this, is that, you know, our shit went away. We had to pivot to something, right? We had to go and find something else. Who's to say that a lot of these places, or a lot of the people that would work these otherwise shithole fucking minimum wage jobs that you can't do anything with, didn't pivot to a work from home or pivot to
something that suits them so much better, right?
Right, because you hear all these, you know, holier than thou people are like, well, you don't like that job, why don't you find something better? Maybe they fucking found something better.
Maybe they found something better,
you know,
than
what I'm
your
saying?
shitty ass fucking job that you want, that you need them to do because you won't go do it because you're too good to do it.
Right. And so I don't know. I thought that's it. So it's an interesting way to put it as far as being able to pivot out of that shit. And I got my whole, you know, I got a big bitch fest about people that think that minimum wage shouldn't be raised and all this shit. Man, I got a whole hour I could go off on that shit because that makes me fucking angry when people say that shit. And anyway, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't get into that.
That's what we're here for, dude.
Well, you know, I feel for all the small businesses that have either struggled or lost their business. I do. I think it sucks balls. A lot of the times when I hear about the complaints of the minimum wage, it's it comes from small businesses and they're saying, well, we'd never be able to stay afloat, right? My thought is like, okay, if people are making more money, more people are going to come into your store, more, you know, you're going to make more money. You should be able to pay more money. If you can't pay more money, if you don't think you could stay afloat, maybe, just maybe it's your business. Maybe it's not good enough to stay afloat. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not. it's shitty. I don't mean to make that sound shitty because I know it's hard work to own your own business. I understand that. But you can't just blame having to pay livable wages on not being able to keep your fucking business running. You know what I mean? A small example.
Yeah, and that's a good way to phrase that. Livable wages. It's not about a minimum wage. Okay?
Right.
Let's get that out of everybody's fucking head. It's not about a minimum wage. The cost of living has grown exponentially year after year after year and left the growth of the wage far behind for decades now.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Absolutely.
So let's calling it a minimum wage is already an issue for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
What people are looking for is not a minimum wage. What people are looking for are a prevailing wage, a wage that is equal to the services that they provide their fucking employers. You know what I mean? And also a wage that equals the cost of fucking living today.
Right. Because how are people going to stay working your shit pay job if they can't fucking take care of themselves or take care of their family? It's not everybody, just because not everybody is college educated doesn't make them any less intelligent or less of people than any of these motherfuckers that are holier than thou because they got their college fucking education. It's all just it's a big vicious circle, man. And unfortunately, the less educated and lower class, you get screwed. So you work yourself to the bone for nothing. And instead of ever getting better for the employee, what's happened? People work more hours. People get less time. There is no fucking family work balance. You're either out there busting your fucking ass all the time, or you don't have a home. You know what I mean? You don't get to take care of your family. Shit happens in the world, man. People lose jobs. It's not always because people are fuck-ups that they lose a job. You could lose a job for a number of reasons, and then suddenly you have to go take something of less pay, but now it's not a livable wage. That's just it's bullshit.
Not only is not a livable wage, but it's sucking the life right out of you day after day.
Right. I'm so tired of the people on their high horse of like, well, find a better job or they don't deserve any more pay and fucking, and you hear that shit coming straight from our government, from our fucking, a senator just recently said, poor people, minorities, I can't remember the other classes he said don't deserve more than minimum wage. Don't deserve it. What the fuck who the fuck are you piece of shit? So anyway, again, the whole pivot situation, I think that's what a lot of people have done. And like I said, I can go to a lot of places, look around here, and I see a lot of help wanted signs, and all these places that are like, we start at $7.20 an hour, or $7.25, or whatever it is, and which is very common where I'm at. I'm in a very depressed economy. You know what I mean? It's one of the poorest places in the country, if not the, state-wise anyway. And so you see that a lot, and to have all these other people like, oh, well, these people just don't want to work and fucking, they're living off the government. Well, if they're getting unemployment and making more than what they're gonna make at your fucking kill your soul fucking job for no money, why wouldn't they keep making the fucking unemployment? You know what I mean? And that's not going to be there forever. People know that. So again, maybe people have pivoted and found something that suits them better. And
you fund the unemployment system every time you fucking get a check.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether you know what I mean? People giving people shit for being on unemployment.
Right.
One time in their fucking life is just go fuck yourself, man.
Right.
That's all I got to say about that, dude.
Right. Oh shit.
That's what I pay into the system for, ass fuck. Fucking really, dude?
Yep.
Come on, man.
That's right. And
it's not like I've been on fucking unemployment for 20 fucking years, you cunts.
Right.
What the fuck? People are too much, man.
Oh shit. Yeah, let's see. You know, some of the other shit that we've had to deal with before coming out. You know, this past year, the things that have come out the most to me that I think it's now become, and this is terrible. I think this is terrible, that it's now suddenly become unfortunate if your name is Karen, which is that sucks. I mean, imagine having your name.
It does for all my
identified.
friends named Karen, for sure.
It does, and that's unfortunate, man. And it's funny from the outside looking in on it, but it can't be funny to them. You know what I mean?
No.
Another thing is you got, you know, all of a sudden now the letter Q is suddenly, not only is it it's just equated with crazy people. You know, the letter Q is now all about crazy people. Fucking
makes me wonder if the ex-wife's on a fucking watch list because of her like email address.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sorry, Suzanne. Sorry.
Q, we love you. That's funny. Another thing, and this is something that's been going on long since before lockdown started, but suddenly became so prevalent, and it's something that I know is everybody has their view on it, everybody has their opinion, but the whole cancel culture thing, you know, that's been a thing long since before, but all of a sudden now it's
you know, cancel culture came about though also because of some crazy fucking shady ass shit.
Right,
too,
right.
You know what I mean?
Well, to me,
I mean, but I think also, I think that there's also been a lot of casualties to the whole cancel culture movement.
True. That's
unnecessary, maybe, you know.
That is absolutely fair assessment. My opinion, though, is that it has also been used as a way to not take responsibility for your stupid fucking actions, and something that, say if it's somebody that, say it's like a celebrity or something that's one of your favorites or whatever, it's
Right.
something that if people don't want to admit that somebody's done something wrong, oh, it's just cancel culture, blah blah blah. You know, I agree with what you're saying. It has been used in situations where it's fucked up. You know, somebody shouldn't have lost what they lost, you know, because of just a stupid term. It's been more weaponized than anything. But again, I see it used as an excuse a lot when people don't want to fucking admit or take responsibility for what they've done. Well, this is just cancel culture. No, maybe you're just a fuck up, and maybe you don't deserve everything that you've been getting. Because obviously this cancel culture is certainly something more for people that are in the public eye, right? I understand it could happen to anybody, but that you see it more with people that are in the public eye. And it's like, I haven't, for instance, I guess that I want to talk about, and it's something that I didn't know about until recently, and but apparently happened, or I think it came out maybe back in 2018, 2019, something like that. Anyway, I saw it because John Rose had posted about the Mission canceling Naco Bear, right?
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know anything about it, so I went and read about what had happened and why this is going on. Now Naco, I became a fan of his a few years back. Somebody turned me on to him, and you know, that guy's got really interesting music. He's a phenomenal guitar player, and you know, he's just got some really neat shit. I'm not one of the types that have taken his stuff to some kind of religious level, like apparently some people have done. But I think I thought his music was neat. So I went and read all this stuff about the accusations and all that. And for anybody that doesn't know, he's been accused of basically grooming underage girls, sexual assault at gigs. I mean, we're talking like in green rooms and shit, and eyewitnesses and other band, and not only just him, but other guys in his band have all been accused of this. And there's text messages corroborating all the things that have been said. There are, again, there's eyewitnesses from other bands that have seen it, and this has been going on. And my first thing is like, well, holy shit, how is he still getting shows? I'm glad the Mission canceled his show, you know, because there was a backlash. Well, I found this article The name of the article, and I'll put a link to this in the description, so if anybody wants to go read the article themselves, they certainly can. But the title of the article is Why Nako's Cancellation Campaign is Bullshit and a Perfect Example of the Hypocrisy of Cancel Culture. Written by a woman named Maren Morden. I'm not sure where this is from, like what
Publication?
Yeah, publication it's from. But again, I'll put the link down. Anyway, the essential gist of what she's talking about is how, it's bullshit because he was abused as a child, and we need to surround him with love and not hate. And of course I stand with the women that have been abused, but he needs love, and it's bullshit that people just want to cancel him and this and that. And to that I say, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You number one are obviously not a parent. If one of my kids came to me and told me that this kind of shit happened, especially at a show for somebody that they looked up to and respected, and it happened at a show, and on top of that, and I wouldn't even need this as a parent, all my kid would have to do is tell me that, and I'd go lose my fucking shit. But if there's also, there's evidence to say that they're telling the truth, even more so, I would stop at nothing to fucking have this dude's fucking head on a platter. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody else involved with that shit. You fucking piece of shit. And to say that I should fucking, that we should check ourselves for fucking not wanting him to play in our venues, or not giving him the same platform to continue to do what him and his band have, sure, allegedly been doing. I'm not going to let him do it until it's proven otherwise, with all that, with the evidence that's out there. So fuck him, and fuck people that think that. That's just a bullshit way of saying, of not wanting to tell yourself, hey, this person that I looked up to religiously or otherwise, whatever the case is, if you looked up to him in any kind of way, you've held him to some kind of standard that you don't think he could ever be brought down. Well, he brought himself down, and you don't want to believe it. You don't want to admit to yourself, hey man, I didn't see that. People think it as negative upon themselves if they admit it, that they didn't see. Oh, how could I not see it? It can't be true, kind of thing. So it must be everybody else's fault. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So that part of the whole cancel culture thing that's gone on is what I'm sick and tired of hearing. And just calling it is just cancel culture. It's not what's going on in front of your face is not really a real thing. Fuck that.
It's not about has nothing to do with the cancellation. It has about, it's about him grooming underage fucking children for sex.
Right. And fucking sexual assault and rape, and I mean all kinds of accusations, and it's like, man, fuck that. I mean, this person that wrote this article, if
it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, shits like a duck, what is it?
It's Nako Bear, apparently. That's something I wanted to touch on, and I know it's happened to a lot of celebrities, and I can't think of that comedian guy. I wish I could remember his name.
It's not Chris D'Elia, is it?
Chris D'Elia, that's who it is. Yes, that's who I was thinking. That's who it is. And
I like him,
but
he's hilarious.
But he's just disappeared. I mean, he fucking.
We did him at the fucking Pikes Peak Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you were there for that, but he was fucking hilarious, man. He's a good guy. He was a nice guy, man.
Yeah, he. I don't know. Apparently, this is something he did. Again, they have all but not that this, and I'm not saying this makes it any better, but he didn't assault anybody. He didn't try to rape anybody or anything like that. He
didn't touch no teenager's butthole.
No, he didn't do anything like that. But he was grooming girls. Is that worth losing your whole life over? That's one that I don't know.
I mean, there's some intention. If you're actually grooming people, then there's some intention behind that. Yeah,
absolutely. You're right. I mean, and so you are right. But I would certainly see his situation more as cancel culture jumping on top of it. When it's at that stage, which maybe, and you're right, maybe it's a good thing. Obviously, it's a sign of something. If you think you're able to do that and think that it's okay that you're doing that, then there's obviously something wrong. But this whole thing with Nako and how he was abused as a kid, and the abuser.
What if Bill Cosby was abused as a child?
Right. And it's like, I feel for people that go through that.
Does that change? What does that change? Does that change your opinion on Bill Cosby?
Absolutely not. And nor does it with this guy. So that kind of brings us up to, we're coming out. I see it as we're coming out of this. I assume everybody else, some people act like shit never happened, but we're coming out of it. Obviously there's shows coming up, and that kind of brings us to where we're at. Like I said, we both did what we needed to do and pivot in order to support ourselves or families, whatever the case is.
I can tell you this for sure. Locally speaking, you're not going to get me for the same fucking wage that you ever had me. You know what I mean? Not with my fucking level of experience. I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all better not even try it. Or you know what I mean? Don't even come at me like it's 2019 still, all right?
All right.
Because you can deal with what you got now going for you. But here's the thing, man. Back when I was doing that, right? Back when I was fucking commuting to Denver for all the Rhino gigs, doing this and that and the other for AG or Live Nation, back when I was doing all of that, it was still fucking living paycheck to paycheck, man.
Right.
And that is what I refuse to come back to.
Right.
I was on that struggle bus, man. You know what I mean? I was on that struggle bus out of loyalty to my venues and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
During that hiatus where I came off the road, from the early 2000s and shit. And you know what I mean? And for what, man? For what, man? You know what I mean? For what, dude? Nobody appreciates you, man. Nobody appreciates your fucking loyalty. And that's fine. I mean, that's fine. I get it. Business is business and shit, right? But business works two ways, man.
You're right.
I got some business. I could take care of some of your fucking business, but I ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't come at me correctly.
Right. Yeah.
Get some other clown.
I have and maybe my memory of, the 15 years in those places is different for me, in the effect that I didn't get the chance to travel the world and make a lot of money. I was when I left there, I was perfectly content. Okay, now that's kind of strong for me to say I was content working paycheck to paycheck, but I loved that place so much. And I guess this is what comes back to what you're saying, was the loyalty reciprocated? And at one point, I know there was a situation that happened to me there that we'll talk about on another program. There was a situation that happened to me there where I realized that there was no loyalty to what I did, you know what I mean, or to what I felt that I deserved that was reciprocated to me. Because for me, I would have done anything for the center, or I would have done, anything for the arena. It didn't matter to me. That's how much I loved being there, and I loved doing what I did. And, at one point it almost cost me my job. I mean, it cost me and the head honcho kind of going nose to nose, and it sucked. I mean, I was in shock when the whole situation happened. But anyway, I think you're right. I think if, like, for instance, let's say if I were back there and I went back to working there, I think I would be upset that it wasn't the same as it was. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be the same people and I've worked with a lot of different crews throughout the years a lot of different like house crews throughout the years there. And, some good, some bad. I just don't know how it would be if I were to go back. I don't know if it would feel the same being at the age I'm at now or what it is.
My rig rate should never be more than my steward rate ever. Yeah. Ever.
Just goes in my situation. I think it just goes to show you that, and I've been perfectly open about this. you know, obviously I miss my friends. I miss seeing the people. You know, I miss playing music with a lot of the guys. But the thing I missed the most was going to the center, was working there. You know, I miss that so badly. But I think that if I were to go, and I've thought about this a lot, like, you know, maybe we should move back and I should go back to work there. And it's like, for what? I was on the same struggle bus you were, man. Fucking, it wasn't doing my family any good, you know?
No, I couldn't.
It was,
I had to have 2 other jobs besides my fucking stagehand work.
right, right. I mean,
You know?
yeah, I mean, you know, I had that job.
Thank God I played with a fucking band that fucking was booked every fucking weekend. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was an extra income too. But yeah, I've never been able to survive just off of my production income.
Right. Yeah.
Unless I was touring.
But I don't know. It's just something I'm kind of looking for the near future of something I can pivot to, you know, become more. I don't know if active in society is the word I'm looking for. Because let me be honest with you, man. This whole lockdown thing hasn't bothered me as far as like being introverted. You know, I'm not exactly a go out and I don't need to go to bars. I don't need to go to fucking. You know, I'm just not the kind of person, man. I don't mind sitting at home.
People always, and you know what? People always like, I feel like I get judged. I get judged because I don't, people look at me like, hey, this guy's too fucking old to be going out and partying at bars and shit anymore, right? Or, people just like, when you tell them that you don't need to do that, right? Mm-hmm. You don't have a feel of, I don't personally feel a need to go to bars either. Yeah. And here's the thing, man. I just came off of a decade of spending 45 plus weekends a year in a fucking bar, right? Playing to fucking, playing fucking shows to fucking fill dance floors. People ask me, why don't you ever listen to music when you're in your car? Like the whole time, that whole decade playing in less than zero, why don't you ever listen to music? Dude, I listen to music every fucking weekend, man.
Yeah.
Every 45 plus weekends a year, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, there was so much music in my life that, and there's so much, and again, so much being in the bars in my life that it's not like I'm 20. I mean, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not going to bars because I'm too fucking old.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And I think the same thing fits for me with, I certainly miss going to shows. But the more I think about it, I think I've paid to go to one concert in the past 18 years. And it's not because I don't like live shows, but we were at live shows all the fucking time because that's what we did for a living. We're the ones that put it on, It's like it had to be something special for me to want to be like, hey, let's go to this.
Nobody has seen more fucking shows than I have. Right. Period.
Fuck, man. It's so it's the same, but it's the same. It's the same thing with that. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't like going to shows or don't, whatever the case is. I was always there. I was always the one behind the scenes putting them on. So anyway, the whole lockdown thing, as far as that goes, like, it hasn't affected me all that much as far as I don't have a lot of friends down here, but I don't think it's because I can't make friends. It's because, I'm happy having family time. I'm happy, doing shit with my kids and helping them through school and watching the stuff that they do and actually being able to be here. That's one good thing that's come from not working in production is you don't have these crazy hours where you might be gone in the morning and then you're gone again late at night. And, it's a constant cycle like that. So you end up missing a lot of stuff.
At the same time, we're pirates, man. We're built for that shit.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have a whole industry, man, where people are gonna come into that shit and they're not pirates.
Right.
Bro, I feel bad, man. I feel bad for some of my boys that are getting ready to go out, man. To see what they, see what local crews and shit look like nowadays, man.
Right. Of course, this episode, as always, brought to you by the Riff Rag.
Covering local music in Southern Colorado and beyond. And hey, are we getting these fucking clowns on for their goddamn golf tournament or what? Hey.
Yes, Dave.
Hey, Anthony and Dave, what the fuck?
I think Dave was telling us as soon as they get all the details that they have.
Right.
They'll come on. So yeah. And again, I'll put that link for that in there if you're interested in their golf tournament. Click on that link, go get yourself signed up.
Yep. What else is going on? Oh, we'll have another episode of what the fuck is going on with Nate and Tess coming up pretty soon because they got some July events that they want to announce, and they got a big announcement for August. And then you're gonna have to fucking stay tuned around here, man, because there's a brand new fucking GPM fucking single getting ready to drop digitally, followed by a drop of a 12-inch fucking extended version, followed by a limited drop of 100 pieces of fucking colored vinyl.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? So, and then stay tuned for a show announcement coming soon.
Awesome.
What else is going on? Like locally, the bars are doing good, man. Like Legends is doing shows all the time. Sunshine is doing shows all the time. Fucking Twisted Apes is crushing it. Gentle's new place, Fritzy's, is doing good. Things are starting to open back up. People are going out. But I feel the vibe is different. You know what I mean? It's not any kind of normal that we're used to. It's different. Life is different now, but
yeah,
life is happening. So we're going in the right direction, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
I guess the only other thing I have to talk about as far as, COVID in the past year is, and I'm, I know it's more so me than you. I'm glad we didn't get on the political side of that because that's something else. Anyway, I got vaccinated. I've read some people's thoughts on it that I'll keep my opinion to myself on all that. I got to tell you, I have a nice peace of mind with all that, with being vaccinated. I'm glad I did it. I don't regret it.
I don't either.
I some of the things I hear to me just seem, I don't know, people's reality is stranger than the shit they're coming up with, that's for sure. But that's my opinion. I don't want to get into all that. I'm not here to tell anybody they're wrong to think what they want to think. All I know is that I feel great. My kids got it. They didn't really suffer any side effects to speak of.
Second dose either on the Pfizer?
Both of them got second dose. Yeah, they just got their second dose last Thursday.
And the second dose didn't fuck them up?
No, my oldest one maybe a little bit. He might have had like a little low-grade fever. Nothing bad. I don't know if you've had a chance to see it yet. Anybody out there, if you have Netflix, what the fuck's his name? Bo Burnham. Have you seen his new Netflix special called Inside? I suggest everybody checks that out, man. It's good. Do you know who he is? It's really good, and it's all he did it over the lockdown, and so it's all done.
Oh wait, I saw parts of it. Yeah,
it's good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's the first special of his I've ever watched, and it's pretty crazy to see the progression. How it all went down. It's great. I thought it was great. If you get a chance, definitely check it out.
Black Widow's coming out on my birthday.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And that, fuck.
Was that July 9th, right? Your birthday?
Yeah.
Why the fuck do I remember stupid shit
Double
like that?
nickels, man. Double fucking nickels, bro.
Ah, no shit.
Yeah, man.
Almost a senior citizen. Holy fuck.
I'm already trying to get my discounts and shit.
Let's see.
Too bad that shit don't work for gas. Can I get the senior rate on the gas, please? On the benzene, the petrol.
Right. As you should, right? So anyway, I think that's where we're at up to this point. I don't know what's coming in the next few episodes. I don't know. You know, obviously we'll have Nate and Tess back on. Hopefully we'll get Dub and Dave back on
for the golf tournament.
For the golf tournament. Other than that, you know, we're just kind of.
We're gonna be dropping a GPM single soon. That's gonna be.
I'm excited.
That's gonna be a good episode.
I'm excited for that. A lot of people will be excited for that. So, anyway, you got anything else?
No, I got nothing else, man.
All right.
Summer's in full swing. You know, just busy working on this new fucking record, man.
All right, man. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace. But I'm
not very wide of you, man. That's very unwide of you, bro.